only 4 to 14% of women can actually achieve orgasm from vaginal penetration alone. What does this mean? So I put a bunch of things here because I heard that statistic. I'm like, well, that's interesting. Let's talk about that. So, first of all, I've talked about the idea of stressing out over, the wrong kind of orgasm. So you're a woman, you're like, oh, maybe I'm not having the right kind of orgasm, or I'm only having one type and I should be having all 36 types of orgasms. I don't know. We're just throwing numbers out here because who really knows, right? So, if it's only 4 to 14% from vaginal penetration, then what's going on here? So there is no right orgasm. If you're not experiencing it from vaginal penetration, then you're in good company because most women are not. So there is no best. There is no orgasm shaming here. If you don't, you don't. It's okay to not orgasm together. If it happens, yay, great. That's not the goal. Don't make that the goal, because then we get into ideas of, and I've said this many times, the idea of like, well, we had sex 5 times last night or 2 times last night. What does that even mean? What does times mean? Orgasms? Oh, I had 14 orgasms, so I had sex 14 times. Or that's just stupid. So you don't have to have an orgasm at the same time. It's a time for you both to connect. And if you have a bunch of orgasms and they have one or none this time, who cares? Enjoy each time for what it is. In fact, not having orgasms together is the norm. So that's fine. It's okay if, as a woman, if you never have a vaginal orgasm from penetration, that's okay. Now, we're going to talk about in other videos how we might encourage that to happen. And if it doesn't, that's okay. Again, it's all about play, experimenting. Experimenting. It's science. It's fun science. And I'm just reading my thing. But there's no best kind of orgasms. You don't need to experience all the different types of orgasms if there are even different types. And we'll talk about that. Maybe there aren't any. So, oh, I experienced this. It was clitoral. This was vaginal. This was, this is, from the whatever, touching this. It's all subjective. So whatever you're feeling, whether you're feeling it here or here or here, you're really feeling it here anyway. So wherever you think it's happening, it's really happening here. Your orgasms are your orgasms, are your orgasms, are your orgasms. However you feel that, it's ultimately in here. Maybe it's the heart as well. There's some evidence it could be also felt here if you were connecting sex and love. But play, explore, connect with yourself, because you should be masturbating more often, and your partner. Figure out what you like. Well, again, we'll talk about the different types, if there are them, of orgasms. And not that you need to experience them, but in the context of mismatched libidos or having a low libido, sometimes having more options, having more ways to achieve orgasm, pleasant feelings, if we just call it that, sometimes is a way to increase one's drive, one's libido. That's what we're talking about it. So if you have any questions, put them below. If you need any assistance, reach out to me, schedule that free strategy call with me. Otherwise, I will see you on the next video.